Board 5 begins with me passing him for a seat, and when a diamond, my partner overcalled a heart, and it came pass. My options available to me were I could simply raise to 2 hearts, I could bid a spade, I could jump to 2 spades, showing spades with a heart fit, or I could jump to 3 hearts, which shows a mixed raise. It's very commonly played in the field that 3 diamonds would show a mixed raise, and a mixed raise shows 4 card support and somewhere between a simple raise and a limit raise, so like 8 to 10 points and a 4 card fit. The nice thing about playing 3 hearts as that bid is, especially with this hand, we can see that we're not really worried about preempting our opponents out of spades because we have 5 spades. And we're not too interested in bringing spades into the picture because we know we have a 9 card fit and our spades are so crummy. So my real worry on this hand was not letting my East, who seems like he probably has a pretty decent hand, in to show the minors. So I felt like bidding 3 hearts to show a mixed raise was definitely my best option. So I bid 3 hearts. And as we can see, East did have a big hand. And my reason for thinking they had a big hand was my partner simply overcalled. I only have 7 points. And West didn't act. So everything was adding up to East having a nice strong hand. So East takeout double just showed short hearts and quite a strong hand because he's forcing his partner to bid above 3 hearts. And at this point, Joel raised to 4 hearts. And I don't know whether Joel is bidding to make for sure, but he definitely, since we're vulnerable, is not just going to be out on a limb here with 4 hearts. At this point in the auction, West went into the tank. He started thinking for quite a while and eventually passed. Now, it's not a crime for West to pass. Rather, it's not a crime for West to hesitate. But the important thing, and what the rules don't allow for, is East taking advantage of their partner's hesitation. So when you often have the director called because somebody's hesitated at the table, it's not the hesitation. Remember, the hesitation is totally allowed. Everybody's allowed to think. But what is an infraction is if East sees, hey, my partner's got something to think about, they're interested in bidding, that helps my hand, I'm going to bid. And so what happened on this hand was it went 4 hearts, pass, double. And it was only when East acted with double that we needed to call the director. Because at that point, it was possible that East had acted upon their partner's hesitation. So at this point in the hand, we called the director and we said, Director, West has hesitated and East has acted. We're not sure if East has their bid or not. It's possible that East would have had a normal second double, but we wanted to make sure that the director was aware that there was a hesitation. And so the director said, okay, call me back if you have a problem. So at that point, 4 hearts doubled, got passed out. Now, the opening lead was the Queen of Clubs, which didn't look too appealing. It looked like the Ace of Clubs was now offside, and we were off 2 clubs, 1 spade, and the Ace of Diamonds is a marked finesse because East is strong, so it looks like we're going to go down 1 and 4 hearts doubled. So, and that's pretty much what happened. The Queen of Clubs held the trick, and they crossed to the Ace of Clubs. They cashed their Ace of Diamonds, which we thought they had, and they played the Queen of Diamonds. Their partner didn't have a ruff, which we kind of knew because they didn't lead a singleton. And at that point, Joel just claimed giving them a spade. So now if you take a look at East's hand, East does have a very strong hand. They have 15, or a nice 15 points. They have 3 aces. They're pretty confident that 4 hearts is going down. But the problem is that the East really did have some excess information from partner's hesitation. And if you gave East's hand to a number of people, then that a lot of them would choose not to come back in with doubling. And what happened at the table was we called the director back and asked them to take a look at the board. And the directors ended up rolling the result back to 4 hearts. They felt like enough Easts would not have bid in that spot to make it worthwhile that they could not allow East their second double. And East was very frustrated at the time, as most people are because what probably happened is the guy genuinely felt like he was going to double again and that the hesitation didn't affect him. But the problem isn't whether he was going to double again. The directors can't really get inside the player's mind. The director can only assess whether East was supposed to double again. Because if East wasn't supposed to double again, then they have to assume that the hesitation is what caused the problem and what allowed him to make the successful action. So we ended up playing 4 hearts down 1, which was a much better score than 4 hearts doubled down 1. So the next hand, very quickly, I was faced with a common bidding problem. I went past a diamond, and I had a nice opening bid with 5-5 in hearts and clubs. Now, we play two-no trump as the unusual two-no trump, and so I can jump to two-no trump to show 5-5 in clubs and hearts. I tend to not like to do it with these middle hands, and it seems like two-no trump should be one of two directions. It should be a hand that you're looking to sacrifice over your opponents, or it should be a hand where you're looking for game. And this hand is right in the middle. And a big thing about this hand is since we're non-vulnerable, I don't really mind if the auction goes one heart and the opponent's bid and raise spades and I'm forced to bid clubs at the 3 level. Since we're not vulnerable, that auction to me is fine, and I'm not too worried about getting my club suit shut out. My partner's a passed hand, and it doesn't look like my opponents are just going to blast a game and me feel like I missed an opportunity to show my club suit. So I overcall a heart, and it went a simple raise to 2 diamonds, and Joel bid 2 spades as a passed hand. Now this is a very interesting bid. His range is very slim in this spot because Joel didn't open a weak 2 bid, and Joel had a takeout double of 2 diamonds, which would imply spades available to him. So here, to me, 2 spades looks like he had some flaw for not opening a weak 2 bid. And that's usually going to be that his spade suit's not that good. So the only hand I know that Joel doesn't have is something like King Queen 6 of spades, or King Queen Jack 6 of spades for sure. So at this point my opponent's bid 3 diamonds, and I know I'm not in a very good equity spot because in a pairs game field, the opponent's bidding a natural diamond suit, raising diamonds, and being able to compete to 3 diamonds is I'm losing out to a lot of pairs that play a strong club who don't get to open diamonds naturally, and also just I feel like my opponents have done a very good job to compete aggressively to 3 diamonds. So I have to decide what to do here over 3 diamonds. I don't really like the prospect of defending 3 diamonds with a singleton trump, and it doesn't look too good for me. So I decided that it was time to bid, and because I was pretty confident that Joel had 6 spades, I felt like there was a decent enough chance that we might be making 3 spades that it was worth a shot, and we might not be beating 3 diamonds anyway. So, and it definitely looked like my opponents had 9 trumps, and it looks like we have 8 trumps. So there's 17 total trumps. It looks like one of us is making, and one of us is going down. And if that's the case, then using the law of total tricks, if we're 3 spades down 1, then our opponent should be making 3 diamonds. So minus 50 will be better than minus 110. And obviously, if we're making 3 spades, we're better off playing 3 spades than defending 3 diamonds undoubled. So I bid 3 spades, and that ended the auction. The opponent led a high diamond, and you can see Joel's hand. He had sort of exactly within a range of what we expected. He had not great spades. He certainly did not have a 2-spade opener, but he did have 6 spades for introducing them at the 2 level as a passed hand. So again, this hand sort of plays out relatively standard for a while. Joel just followed suit, and the opponent played a low diamond, suit preference. So East is implying that they have a club card rather than they want a club played rather than a heart. Though with this dummy, there's a very good chance that West is going to shift to a trump. They are also privy to the information that Joel did not open 2 spades, so they know that they have a decent amount of trump honors. So the defense shifted to a spade, and Joel couldn't, even if he won the ace, he had no way back to his hand to trump a diamond and dummy, so he just played low, and the opponent won the king. At that stage, they cleared the dummy's ace of spades, and again, Joel was stuck in dummy. He couldn't really come back to his hand for anything, so he did the normal thing of establishing a club. They flew ace and cashed their diamonds, and at that point, once they knew Joel was out because their partner had raised, and they played a heart, which left Joel in a tough position where he had to decide whether to finesse the heart or to go up ace and play king of clubs, jack of clubs, throwing away his little heart. And I think the suit preference at trick 1 combined with East being a passed hand made Joel really get this right. If East had the ace of clubs and the king of hearts, they might be worried that if they don't play hearts right now, that Joel will be able to throw away the king, his little heart on the 3rd round of clubs. They don't know that Joel doesn't have a discard for his heart, so they would have told their partner, play a heart please, So he played low and won the queen, and that was the end of the hand for down one. It looks like the opponents can make 3 diamonds because I couldn't get Joel on lead to play his hearts through to get our ruff. So, but it was going to take a very careful play by the opponents. They were going to have to lose only 1 spade. They were going to have to play hearts by running the 10 and then playing a heart to the 9. That would be their way of losing only 2 hearts, 1 spade, and then they just have 1 club loser. They would have done it, but the opponents really put it to us on this hand. They earned a good board for forcing us up to 3 spades. See you next time.